Hey folks, we sell on Amazon. Amazon is part of our business, not a majority of it, but part of it. And the Amazon scams are killing us. That's right. There's a lot of scams on Amazon. And who it ends up hurting is the merchant. Now what we do is fulfilled by merchant. What that means is when you see our product on Amazon and you buy it, the order actually comes to us and we ship it from our warehouse. That is called fulfilled by merchant, which is unusual from what most companies does, which is fulfilled by Amazon. And that's where you ship your product into an Amazon warehouse and they ship it from there. We don't do that for a couple of different reasons. There's a lot of fees involved in that. Plus we got the capability of shipping our own things out and warehousing our own stuff. And I don't like the idea of putting a bunch of my stuff in an Amazon warehouse for them to figure out how to charge me for it. But anyway, I'll show you what the scam consists of. Well, first of all, scammers don't buy cheap products. They buy expensive products. A lot of our products are gardening supplies and tools in big boxes, and it can get kind of expensive stuff. This right here is the irrigation kit. This right here is another irrigation kit. Could be $100 or more. And then we got some really expensive stuff. Our wheel hose and seeders and things like that, you could be talking $300, $400, $500, and even some of them more than that. So we have expensive stuff that you can buy on Amazon, and that's where they get us on the fraud. The way the fraud works is on returns. You've ever bought anything on Amazon, you know how easy it is to return something. You just simply go to their little portal, hit return, print you off a shipping label, you carry it to the UPS store and you send it back, right? Sounds easy, clean, and simple. Well, the fact of the matter is, what happens is people will buy some of these expensive products from us and they will return something that is not the same thing. And I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna go over some of these that we've gotten back in, and this is just in the last couple of weeks. And I'm gonna call out the names, okay? Because they frauders, criminals. And I think I'm gonna call them out for whatever that's worth. Jenna Wolf, if that's even the real name, bought 10 pounds of organic fertilizer from us. And she went on Amazon and put in a return to return that because she didn't like it. And Jenna sent us back this nice little love you. I don't know what this thing is. It's still in the plastic right there. This nice, isn't it pretty, Jenna? Thank you so much. You just scammed us out of 10 pounds of complete organic, but you gave us something to remember you by. Come in this little small pack. And yeah, here's the way it works. Once that label is printed off, it deems it as returned when the label has printed off and it sends back to us. They don't look at what size the package is or anything like that. So you could send anything back and you automatically get your money back. Well, the next one is, let's see, Ashley Davis. Ashley was so kind to us. She sent us this package back. See what, Ashley bought a 12-inch oscillating hoe from Amazon. It was worth $60. And she did an auto return. Ashley sent us back this right here. I'm assuming this is some kind of ink pad. I don't know what it is. It took us a few days to kind of figure it out, but it's really light. And then I'm actually scared to put my finger on it, but let's see here. Yep, it's got a little bit of pink on there. I think that's some kind of stamping pad for maybe the people that's in the crafting industry. But that's nice, Ashley. You got us about $60 on that one right there. And let's see here. Oh, Gary Wright. Gary also ordered a 12-inch oscillating hoe, which was $58.98. Gary didn't like it, so he sent it back, went to the auto returns, put the auto return in there, got his money back. Gary sent us this right here. I'm assuming this is some kind of bracelet, child bracelet goes in there. And then it's got this little, it's like a little fidget thing. Nice colors, Gary. Appreciate that. Send that back to us. I've kept these things kind of as a reminder of what can happen. And then we've got this one right here is one, and this is one they did an auto return on, and it's probably Ashley again. It's the same thing, or one of her friends here, but we couldn't figure out who this one was from because they just did an auto return, and you just automatically give them the money back. But it's probably Ashley or one of her friends because evidently they have a lot of these right here. So that's kind of where we're at on returns. We're seeing a lot more of these right here. And this is just a sampling of what we've got. I know Amazon's easy to do business with. I do it myself. I've returned stuff before. Get it in, be the wrong thing, carry it back to UPS store, send it back. It's easy. But the fact of the matter is small businesses like us are really taking a hit on these scams here. Now we can file a claim within Amazon's portal system right here and dispute this right here. Most of the time we lose because really and truly it's just our word against their word, right? Who's going to take whose side there? So we just kind of take the hit on this kind of stuff, and it seems to be the more expensive items. I don't think it's worthwhile for them to order a $10 pack of seeds and do it. It's got to be something that's probably worthwhile more than that. So we're dealing with that right there on Amazon. It's not pretty at all. All the products we sell on Amazon, we normally charge more than we do on our site. And the reason is Amazon charges us 15% to sell our product on their site. So 15% of our margin comes directly off our product when we sell it on Amazon. Then we have to deal with returns like this right here. We have to deal with all the fraud. So that's another added cost on top of that. So I don't know if we're going to continue to sell on Amazon or not. It's getting really painful. It's aggravating. We have to deal with a lot of nonsense there. I don't know exactly what percent of our business is, but it's probably in the neighborhood of 10 to 20% of our business. So it's not going to make or break us if we do get away from Amazon. But I just want to show you today what small businesses like us are dealing with. And look here, we don't have a lot of margin in our products. All of our tools are made in the USA. We just don't have the amount of margin in there to be able to eat these costs on these scams like this. Now, sure, we can eat a few of them, but if they get very bad, it just takes us out of the game completely, and we just can't afford to do it. So we're going to have to make a decision at some point if we want to continue to do the Amazon game or not. So this is what I wanted to convey to you today. I've got to the point where I don't buy as much on Amazon. There still are some things we have to buy on Amazon because it's so easy, maybe only way we can get it there. And I actually have my points from my credit card rewards on Amazon, and I can use my points. It makes it so easy. But I have made a conscious effort in the past couple of years to try to go to the source and buy directly from the website of the manufacturer or the person that is selling that particular product. Now, in the past, I have been burned because I had bought things from small businesses on the website, and I had trouble doing returns, or I had an issue there and I couldn't contact anybody, and it was just frustrating. So it is a catch-22, but I'm going to tell you a little secret that I've learned that I use when I buy from a store. First of all, I try to make sure that it is an established business, been in business for a while. But here's a good telltale sign, folks. If they don't have a phone number on that website where I can call and talk to a live person, I will not order. And that knocks out a lot of businesses. But look here, if I got an issue, I think you as a company ought to stand up and have customer service to deal with those issues. That's what we do here at Hoss. We got 2 to 4 people up there on the telephone every day. So we try to take care of those issues. And I would, whatever company you buy for, make sure they got a way you can contact them, phone, somebody answers it, a real person answers it, you can talk to, explain your problem, and have them take care of it for you. So that's a little tip for me today, what I'm trying to do, and I would encourage you to do the same thing too. Regardless who you're buying from, try to go to the source, support small businesses, but support those small businesses that are there for you and willing to support their product.